Hey, what's up guys, Tactiholics here, and we are out here today checking back in with the Pitbull Tactical Bloodline and Bloodline Nocturnal holsters. Probably 4 to 6 weeks ago, I had a mishap with my Bloodline Nocturnal that resulted in the holster actually breaking. The kydex cracked along the rear section here by the rivets due to the flashlight bezel and the current hardware that used to come with the Pitbull Tactical holsters was a hand-molded kydex either inside or outside the waistband belt loop. I was using a 511 riggers belt, and when I was weaving the belt between the outside the waistband loops and that flashlight bezel molded into my Nocturnal holster, it ended up stressing the kydex a little bit too much and actually snapping the kydex. The reason that I'm bringing this to you is because I called Rich up from Pitbull, talked to him, and there was no questions asked. He kind of laughed when I told him what happened to the holster. It was not any abuse, any negligent use or anything like that. It was just kind of one of those freak accident type of things. And certainly it was not a failure point in the quality or craftsmanship of Pitbull Tactical holsters in and of themselves. But like I said, when we were done laughing about it, no questions asked, he sent me out a brand new replacement, and we kind of talked about their warranty service. Talking about the Pitbull warranty services, these guys not only make an excellent, outstanding product, but they stand behind it 100%. They believe in what they do. I believe in what they do, and their customer service is second to none when buying the holsters, and if you have any questions down the road, or as I had an issue with my gear. The original kydex inside and outside the waistband loops that Pitbull Tactical was making by hand served an outstanding purpose and seemed to have exponential versatility and adjustability for those holsters, and it got even better now. As I mentioned, they are now running injection molded plastic hardware on their holsters. This is entirely a Pitbull Tactical design. These guys came up with it, they approved it. Rich and I talked on the phone a couple times as they were in the designing and testing process. They wanted this thing to work just right and be as good as it can be, just like their holsters. Talking about the outside the waistband loops, the failure that I had due to trying to wind a stiff riggers belt through the holster, through the loop of my jeans, back through the holster, it caused a little bit too much stress, too much flex on the holster. Well, the new outside the waistband loops that are injection molded are not only cut at an angle going into that loop, but they also come out deeper from the back of the holster so that when you are weaving a belt through, you are a lot less susceptible to having the issue that I had. Having the angled contouring inside the new design for the outside the waistband loops helps get belts through it and helps adjust it to where you want it to be if you need to slide it forward or backward just a little bit on your belt once everything is in place. I was a little bit skeptical at first because to me, not really knowing how this stuff works very well, it looked like it might be possible to slide the holster back and forth once your belt was tightened down. I can assure you that that is not the case. Although it does allow for easier adjustability on the waist, once you tighten that belt down to, however tight you need it to be to keep your drawers up, this thing locks itself into place and does not move around whatsoever. So that's a fantastic improvement. Now let's talk about the inside the waistband loops. The original kydex loops served a great purpose. They worked extremely well for me, and they had quite a bit of adjustability in the added wing pieces on here. But again, Pitbull's making improvements left and right. The new inside the waistband loops look relatively the same. They have a little bit more aggressive kind of texturing, contouring. The Pitbull logos are stamped on there. They look pretty tough, pretty edgy. So looking at the two inside the waistband loops side by side, we have the original kydex one here and the new injection molded plastic one over here. They look pretty similar, not a lot of dimension change on the inside to accommodate for those different belts, and again, Pitbull gives you the ability to select your belt width when placing the order for your holster. But you could see the additional extension tab on the bottom of the new injection molded plastic one that allows for the easy removal of that holster from inside your waistband. Perhaps one of the biggest performance changes or improvements to the new system is looking at the back of the wing here. You now have additional holes for versatility, whereas before you had 3 on one side, 2 on another. The current injection plastic ones have 3 holes on one side and 4 on another, and again, you can always rotate that piece 180 degrees for further adjustment, for really fine-tuning these holsters and getting a good, comfortable fit that you need. One of the things that I actually saw as a downfall initially upon receiving the new hardware with my replacement holster was the fact that when you take the screws and these rubber grommets off, or these washers off, the new rivets actually have the ability to pull or fall right out of the new hardware. You can see, there we go, and the rivet pops out just like that. And it was a little bit cumbersome actually at first to remember to keep my hand or keep your finger or some type of pressure up underneath that rivet when you're working with the hardware to move the holster inside or outside the waistband. I talked to Rich about it, and he said, yeah, this is just kind of how it has to be. To fix your washer or fix your rivet inside of the injection molded plastic would have been an astronomical dollar amount for them to do. And really, the more I thought about it and more I did it and just kind of played with it on my own time, it became a lot more of a non-issue. And looking at the wings for the inside the waistband loops, due to that adjustability, if you had fixed rivets inside there, you wouldn't have all the adjustment points and opportunities that you do have. So it makes entire sense when you really think about it that those rivets and all of the hardware completely disassembles. And again, a little bit of time and patience, not a big deal anymore. Well, there you have it, guys. We appreciate you watching, and we hope that you enjoyed and got some insight to the Pitbull Tactical quality, their service department, their warranty, and the new hardware that they're rolling out. This hardware will be included with all of their new holsters going forward. Again, more adjustable, easier to use, a little bit more comfortable and more efficient to remove those holsters and get things set up exactly the way you want it. And as far as those rivets falling out, like I said, when I first got it, I was kind of confused, and I'm like, oh, this isn't quite as easy to modulate the holster back and forth as the original kydex hardware, but a little bit of time and attention, it becomes very easy. Another thing is, I change these holsters over quite a bit for different things I do to make different types of videos for you guys, but as always, any other holster company, and myself included, would recommend that most general users, once you get the holster set up the way you want it, you put a dab of Loctite on those screws to keep them from backing out, and it pretty much stays that way. So once it's set up, it's not any type of headache or anything that I would consider a deterrent of buying a Pitbull Tactical product at all. So Rich, man, we love you up here. Thanks for all the stuff that you've helped us out with. When we break our stuff, we appreciate it. We like calling you up, talking shop. Guys, give Pitbull Tactical a call. Talk to Rich and his bad boys down there. They will get you hooked up with a phenomenal holster. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Join us for our weekly episodes on gear reviews, and thanks for watching, because we never quit.
Prolonged periods of time, you can actually make it a little bit more comfortable for you, so it's not constantly digging into your side. In order to actually run the holster with outside the rigger's belt with the cant on there,
the holsters are very comfortable, even on a smaller female frame.
you've got all sorts of different versatility options as far as how you're going to actually wear this.
There you have it, guys. Pitbull Tactical. I can't say enough good about them. Again, Rich, awesome.